uh, BTech in Electronics and Communication Engineering. Currently, I'm working as a product manager at IndiaMart. I happen to intern at one of the fortes of IIFT. It's a trade company called Louis Dreyfus Company. And my entire work experience has been in fintech. So that is something that I really cherish. Over to you, Sharanya.
Hello, everyone. I'm Sharanya Jha, and I'm currently pursuing MBA from IIFT Delhi. I'm from the batch of 22-24. Prior to this, I mean, my education is background is I was an engineer. I completed my BTech from BIT Mesra in chemical engineering. I interned with Godrej Consumer Products Limited in Mumbai, and my majors is in marketing, and I'm a marketing enthusiast. And for my engineering internships, I had worked with Tata Steel, Jubilant Foodworks Limited, but I did not have a proper work experience. I was a fresher, and yeah, this is something. There is also my hobbies and interests listed here, so that is about me. We'll move on to the selection procedures for IFT. What existed before, and what is going to be the new normal from now onwards. Then I want to take this up.
Sure. Uh, so, guys, prior to this, IIFT used to have its own entrance examinations. There were quite a few hiccups last year and even prior to that. And I guess that is why the administration decided to take the entrance using the CAT examination only. I guess day before yesterday, it came that TIS is also not having their own exam. They will also be taking admission via CAT. So that changes the dynamic slightly because IIFT used to be GK. Then sometimes there were 4 sections, sometimes there were 6 sections. Uh, Sectional cutoffs were there. Uh, Saurabh, let me complete the slide and then I'll take questions from you. Uh, then, given this year, the administration or the ADCOM has not sort of declared if there will be any sectional cutoffs, what will be those criterions. And the pool has also increased significantly. I guess last year, IFT, some 35 odd thousand people had given. Prior to that, it was 50,000. I remember when I used to give, it was somewhere around 70, 80 odd thousand people who used to give the IFT exam, right? This year, given that they're taking entrance via CAT, the pool increases significantly to 3.3 lakh people. Interview and consecutive rounds. There used to be a VAT, there was a PI, and there was a group discussion. Uh, in the online circumstances, things might have changed slightly. And Sharanya, if you can confirm, going forward, are they going to have the offline interview?
Normally, it so happens that they give options to students. They
Okay.
can opt either for offline or online, but I think majority of the candidates opt for online interviews, and that is how we have evolved from the COVID time. So I think most of them opt for online. So very few people opt for offline. So I think the trend will be such that online interviews would be more in number.
Got it. So
Hmm.
I can share from my experience what happened, at least for my batch and just the junior batch was the interviews are very light. The key decision making pointer, as per us at that point of time, was the group discussions. IFT had sort of a peculiar format of group discussion. Let's say there were 10 people, each one was given 1 minute to speak at the initial stage. Then the group discussion started for 10, 15 odd minutes, and then someone would conclude. So initially only everyone would get to keep in their pointers before the group discussion started. So that was about the group discussion and the PI process. Uh, yeah, Sharanya, over to you.
Yes, I'll just move the slide across. So, since we all know that IIFT has two campuses, Delhi and Kolkata, and Delhi has also started a new course, which is MBA BA Analytics. It has only started from the batch of 23-25. These students are yet to graduate in the year 2025. So we have no prior knowledge about its evolution, about how it will take its own course. But since there are two campuses, I think 92 to 93 percentile would be considered safe for the first round of clearing the cutoffs. And since it has two campuses, the percentile might be lower for IIFT Kolkata. It does not by any means mean that IIFT Kolkata is not as good as Delhi. It's almost at par, but that's how it is because it was established later. So I think the percentile would be lesser. And about BA analytics, there is still a lot of ambiguity because BA accepts scores from GMAT as well. So there might be some ambiguity about its percentile. For Delhi campus, obviously the cutoff will be higher, so we are expecting a higher percentile. But then again, all these percentile expectations are just speculations as of now. There is no formal communication from the admission committee from IIFT. And just for the protocol, there are two wait lists that actually are in place. One is for Delhi. So people who make it to Delhi, they are in the first list, and some people are shortlisted for, I mean, waitlisted for Delhi. Some people are waitlisted for Kolkata, and then there is an external waitlist. So that's how, in the hierarchical manner, they move up the ladder. For converting both of these colleges, as we've mentioned, a minimum of 90 percentile is what we are expecting. Cutoffs may dwindle case on case basis based on quota category, and a lot of other things are also factored in. But for an overarching view, I think this is our expectations from the cutoff clearance. Tanmay, I want to add something.
I guess given the past trends and the amount of number of people who were giving in the examinations since last few years, and the number of people who were getting invited for round two, basis that I guess 92, 93 would be a fair percentile if you score above that. And given that you clear the sectional cutoffs as provided, if provided by the admissions committee or the administration of IIFT, I guess you should be in a pretty safe space to expect an interview call.
Right. What makes IFT unique? So I think Tanma would highlight about the majors in trade that we have. So it's the only trade majors college as of now in India. I'll just quickly run through all these points and then maybe we can delve deeper into each one of them. So we have a very rigorous academic and professional curriculum. It's very well known that IFT over the span of 2 years has 54 subjects, which is just second most rigorous number of subjects that we have amongst all B schools. Only IIM Ahmedabad has 56 subjects over the course of 2 years. So there's an extensive academic curriculum in place. The professional curriculum, the corporate footprints, interactions is also very well known. Extensive alumni network, you would easily spot someone from IFT amongst all top premier B school alumni bases that exists in the country. And a very important metric of how successful a college is or isn't is our unstop rank. Our unstop rank is 1, which easily translates to us having a very strong foothold amongst all corporate competitions. Our corporate wall of fame is also one of the best in the country. And we over the course of these 2 years, we generally have a lot of conclaves, summits. There are value addition through club, sales committee. So it's a very wholesome take on all holistic development that you'll have. And I think, yeah, we can now delve deep on the trade part because Tanmay was an intern with one of the best trade companies.
Right. So, and that is the speciality, right? It's called the Mecca of trade, at least in India. Um, the opportunities have reduced over the last few years, definitely. But to say that trade in its structure has lost any format will not be the right statement, right? So, as we see with the change in the so what happens with the curriculum is, let's say at the top, any of the top B schools, you study marketing as a subject, right? So what happens at IFT is you get marketing plus an international marketing management course. So there's also that international flavor added to the top sort of curriculum, so that it gives you a holistic purview of what works in India as well as what works outside India, right? So uh, it sort of completes the whole circle uh, that you need to have to, let's say, grow not just in India but also outside the country. And that is probably the reason, if you go ahead and see, a lot of our alumni would not be there in India currently. Given that it was established in 63, I mean, there's a holistic alum batch more than, or 66, we are completing 60 years this 70 years, no, 60,
I
somewhere
think
around that. 60.
60, I think. Yeah.
Okay. So, I mean, it's a complete batch. I was also a part of the alumni committee, so I would be the best person who would be there in case if you want to have the alumni connect in any way. So, yeah, I mean, my experience at IIFT was pretty good. Um, we were the COVID suffered batch. We spent the first year at the campus, and despite all the academic curriculums and the pressures, we had a great time at the campus. Yeah, Sharanya, over to you.
Yeah. So I think very well summarized also, and I think all the exposure experiences that you would probably need in your B school journey, IFT offers each and every aspect, and yeah, very safe to assume that it's one of the most coveted B schools here. Um, as I was mentioning, we have a new course which has just started this year, and there's a shroud of doubt around what is the eligibility, how good or bad is the course, how well is it going to fare in terms of placement, and I think it's early to be a solid commenter on how the course is going to be like, but for very basic differences, MBA in the B Analytics batch requires you to have either a bachelor's degree in mathematics, or I mean, in bachelor's degree, of course, but you should also have mathematics as a subject at the graduation level, be it in terms of statistics or mathematics core. So people who have stats honors obviously have an edge over others, and the basic 50 marks limit exists for both of these courses, both MBA IB, which is the international business flagship course, and BA Analytics batch. BA batch is a non-residential program, so people who enroll in this course do not get to stay in the hostels that are provided by IIFT. They have to arrange for their own accommodation. Having said that, it's easier to find a hostel near the campus because a lot of colleges are here in this area. There is IIT Delhi, there is JNU, so it's not a big ordeal to find for an accommodation. But having said that, it's not a residential program. Selection for the flagship courses are through CAT scores from this year. Earlier, it was through IIFT scorecards. And for BA batches, it's also on the basis of GMAT score. And the consecutive rounds are mostly similar. There's a group discussion or an extempore, and there's the interview, and there is profile shortlisting, which almost is the same for both IB and BA. The batch strength for the international business program is around 210. The current strength for 23-25 batch is around 220. And the batch strength for the business analytics batch for this year is 60. The batch profile for MBA in its flagship course is, consists of engineers, non-engineers, graduates. There are also a small part who come, there's also a small section who are from tech background, non-tech background. Then there are also dentists. So there's a very mixed, wholesome batch. But for B Analytics, you might say that there is a slight skewness in the batch profile. People from statistics or a mathematics background would be more in number easily. And very high chances of engineers being in this course because they generally study mathematics as a core subject during the 4 years, and also they have stats in some or the other way. So I think for a batch profile, there might be slight skewness, but then again, it's the first time that IFT has taken up so many students in the BA batch, so the profile might shift. There might be more, there might be some changes in the profiling as well for all the batches to come. As far as the placements is concerned, a business analytics batch, it was uh, the first time that this was launched, it was said that placements would not come under the radar. Or, I mean, similar placements or the placements would not be the institute's prerogative. But I think there has been some talks going on, and I'm not sure, there's some ambiguity still. So that information would be conveyed in an official manner, and I still don't have an update about it. But rest assured, it's a good course. It's a new course. It's very popular in almost all B schools, and it's a new initiative, so it will take some time to gain its foothold. But I think the people that have come here, we've interacted with them, and they are very enthusiastic. They're very intelligent as well. There is again, as I'm not the official channel, and I mean, I do not have an update about the placements as of now. They'll probably roll out a notice in the future after the exams. Maybe that would clear your doubts regarding placements. But as of now, the eligibility, the program being a non-residential one, and the scorecards that would be applicable for admission is what were mentioned on this slide. um, yeah, so I think now we can open the floor to questions.
Yep.
I think Saurabh had a question. Guys, feel free to drop in your queries. We are here to solve all of them. Rishabh, you can unmute yourself and maybe ask the question back.
Hello.
Hi.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you for taking our time. I just had one doubt, like how is Delhi versus Kolkata if we have to compare in terms of placement or the summer internships and all. So how is that different? How are the two campuses different? So is there is a common placement process or the each institute conducts the placement process differently?
Sharanya, let me take that.
You can take it.
Okay. Sure. There's a common placement process. IIFT Kolkata students come to IIFT Delhi for the placements. Apart from top two or three companies at max, I guess all the other companies open up for both the campuses. The average placement sort of with a delta of hardly 5% remains similar across both the campuses. Uh, in terms of academics, I would probably say IIFT Kolkata has slightly lesser weight load given the because we used to sort of match our question papers, and the Delhi people always felt that their question papers were tougher. That's on the funny part. I mean, there's not much difference. If you talk in terms of placements, probably a delta of at max 5%, but at times it's even lesser than that. And it's only a difference of two, three companies, which I mean, again, is not very consequential in terms of the placements of the overall batch. A batch that is somewhere around 450 students right now. Rishabh, I hope that answered your query.
Definitely. Thank you very much.
Yeah. Anyone else?
Um, Guys, this is a very, I mean, open space, and I think you can even ask queries regarding other B school exams, or I mean other B school queries, comparisons between IFT or some other B school. So make sure that you get it answered right now before you have a lot of doubts post taking your exam. And I understand that you might not feel very comfortable speaking up, so you can also put it in chat.
Yeah, matlab, okay. Let me give a few hints. IIFT Kolkata versus IIM Ranchi. I'm Udaipur. That is the first question. IIFT Delhi versus MDI Gurgaon. That is the second question. I converted both. I chose IIFT Delhi. Uh, so मतलब ये सारे क्वेश्चंस तो होते ही हैं यार, कैसे नहीं है मतलब मुझे नहीं पता कैसे नहीं है.
आई थिंक ठीक है फिर
Guys,
नहीं.
if there are no questions तो आप बता दो फिर
हाँ हाँ
accordingly we'll also drop off. Why did you go for
हाँ.
D? यार so uh, दो चीजें थी मतलब I have had a few family members who were there in the industry already. एंड मेरा हमेशा से एमबीए करने का मेन इंटेंशन वाज टू नेटवर्क एंड मेक गुड कनेक्शंस. तो उन टर्म्स में आई ऑलवेज थॉट कि आईएफटी दिल्ली हैड more than sufficient interaction opportunities with the alums, and the alums were present in across all fields. तो मेरे लिए वो ज़्यादा थोड़ा सा मतलब एज फैक्टर कर गया एमडीआई गुड़गांव के ऊपर. प्लेसमेंट्स दोनों की सिमिलर रहती हैं मतलब बीन देयर सीन द इन्फ्लेटेड प्लेसमेंट रिपोर्ट्स डोंट केयर मच. तो मतलब दैट वाज द मोस्ट इम्पॉर्टेंट रीजन. और आई जॉइंड माय फर्स्ट कंपनी पोस्ट एमबीए वाज स्पिनी. So I was interacting with my CEO then, and he said कि he asked कि और कौन से कॉलेज कन्वर्ट्स थे. So I told him कि यार IIFT दिल्ली था और MDI था. मतलब again he said कि यार good decision. So that is the sort of brand name still IIFT still has in the industry per se. हाँ ठीक है मतलब people who do not know the reality might think कि हाँ ठीक है MDI Gurgaon has a great edge over IIFT. Probably not. Um, Especially 2-3 years down the line, when I see people who graduated from my similar batch at MDI, I guess we are at par. इतना कुछ difference नहीं है, right? So that plus what was my majors? I had a majors in finance. I had a minor in strategy, marketing, and trade.
I have majors in marketing and IT, and my minors are finance and strategy. Also, IIFT has a very special curriculum in which, although it's a trade college, it does give you a lot of options regarding to the majors and minors. So ऐसा नहीं है कि आप ट्रेड की कॉलेज में हो तो आप ट्रेड में ही सिर्फ स्पेशलाइज कर सकते हो. देयर आर अ लॉट ऑफ opportunities. You can take up different majors, minors, combine them in whatever permutation and combination you deem fit, and you can put this on your, I mean, you can say it in your interviews कि आप इस चीज में major किए हो. तो that gives you that gives you almost like an edge over others if you say that you are a marketing and a trade major. तो आप ट्रेड के साथ एक दूसरा मेजर भी कर सकते हो. सो इट्स अ वेरी गुड करिकुलम इन दैट वे. तो आप ट्रेड की भी कंपनी में फायदा लोगे और आप मार्केटिंग की भी कंपनी में बोल सकते हो. फॉर्म्स अ वेरी गुड अमलगमेशन दैट वे. तो ये भी एक प्लस पॉइंट है. ग्रेट.
IIFT के versus bro, don't have any doubt. Go for IIFT के. I just said कि joint placement process होता है. इतना कुछ भी difference नहीं है. ठीक है. और बेबी न्यू आईएम्स की तो इस बार वैसे भी मतलब given the scenarios that they have been in, I don't know कि how many of the you are aware, but this year was disastrous in terms of summers. IIFT still scaled through given the brand name that it has. So don't have any doubts कि new IIMs या baby IIMs में आप कहीं पे भी you are going to be at a better place than IIFT Kolkata. Choose IIFT Kolkata, no doubt. And 5 years earlier, I sort of had a similar doubt कि sir IIFT versus I am Ranchi, I am Udaipur, कहाँ जाना है? And Prashant sir was there. Prashant sir told me क्या ये क्वेश्चन भी बेकार है? तो मतलब इट्स दैट सॉर्ट ऑफ एन आंसर.
So one thing that Tanmay you haven't told. So IIFT Kolkata has a very beautiful campus. I think that if I have to rate,
हाँ.
so it will be
Correct.
like just behind IIM Kozhikode, I think, in terms of the beautiful campus. So
5-6 लेक्स हैं शायद वहाँ पे.
ऑल्सो बहुत सुंदर हॉस्टल्स हैं, बहुत स्पेशियस बड़े हॉस्टल्स हैं, तो
हाँ ना,
दैट्स
IIFT कोलकाता का is much better than IIFT Delhi.
ट्रू.
so
Has
Rishabh,
somebody
Rishabh, you're asking about from the IIFT terms, or you are just asking independently how is exam MB?
Sir, independently, how is exam?
So see, if I go back to 2008, 2010, so exam MB used to be the if I remember correctly, it used to be the top 8 B school, not the top 10, right? So, and then came the new culprit in the things. So, new AMP came to the picture, and exam B used to be, they started increasing their seats. That's why they have diluted their brand up to some extent. But it is a very good B school, I'll say. They have like very good alumni network. So, and most of the B school competitions are for open for them. I think in the silver category, not in the gold at least. So exam B can be considered as a one of the backup options. And if you're not from Odisha, it's equally tough to crack exam B also. For Odisha people, they have a like 50% reserved seat, but for people coming from outside of Odisha, it's equally difficult to crack even exam B, BM and HR program both.
Okay. Thank you, sir. Also, about if we talk about recently, I was having a conversation with my friend. So he was also not having good review about IMT Ghaziabad. Also, I don't know. Maybe due to, as Tanmay sir was saying regarding this year scenario of summer internship. So might that be the case? Because in every colleges, I guess the summer internship was like kind of disaster, as he was saying.
यार IIMT गाजियाबाद का, sorry, ऋषभ, there's an echo. Yeah, so IIMT Ghaziabad ka bhi, it's a similar scenario as Prashant sir said, right? Ki 2010, 2008 tak probably it used to be one of the top colleges, and few of my seniors have graduated from there, matlab undergrad ke seniors, and they are at very good positions. But given कि अब उनकी जो बैच स्ट्रेंथ वगैरह हो गई है, right, and they've sort of added in courses, like international course है where I guess people go to Dubai and everything for that. तो उसकी वजह से they also have put in additional pressure कि मतलब अपनी placement committee पे to get everyone placed. So again, a good backup option, but बैकअप की तरह ही आप उसको ट्रीट कीजिए. इफ यू कन्वर्ट एनी ऑफ द बेटर कॉलेजेस, डू नॉट हैव एनी डाउट्स.
Got it. Got it.
And one more thing, Rishabh, IMT is known for marketing, so they have like I think double the seats of compared to any other specialization. So if you are getting IMT marketing, it is one of the very good option in India. The main issue is their batch strength. Otherwise, I don't see problem with IMT, and because new IMs also increase their seats, so because of the IM brand and other stuff, they get more recruiters. So that's why their brand is also getting diluted. Plus, IMT has very good LM Connect again. So they are like, I think 40, 50 years old B school. So again, they have a very good and corporate connects also. Plus, if I ask you that which are the B schools which are competing very good in B school competition, so one is SIBM, Pune, CMHRD, NMIMS, IMT. So you can ask Tanmay or Saranya. So these if you win IMT campus round also, right, it means you are going to finish top 2 or top 3 in any of the case competition. So that is the level of fight you get in the campus. You feel the heat what is you are going to get after 2 years of your MBA. So IMT is not a bad option for sure. You can keep it as a backup, but my suggestion for everyone will be apply it after your CAT results because they will be mostly open after CAT results. But the colleges that will never be opening after CAT results will be your IFT Delhi for sure. I don't think they are going to open after CAT. There will be second
MBA.
option, MDI Gurgaon. In the history, they have never opened. SPJMR, they never opened, right? So these two, three B schools, they're never going to open this. So please spare some time and just apply these. I don't think they even extend their dates from 2 to 3 days, right? Even that is not, that also creates problems sometimes, that you have decided to apply these B schools, but you miss out on the dates. So please have a look on the what is the last date and just fill before that, prior 2 to 3 days. And before, and, and never apply B schools just in hurry. I have seen people putting even gender incorrect in their MDI form, right? So this created problem in the end, but don't do that and just apply for these B schools at least. Okay, I think people are not asking, so we can wrap this up. So thanks, Tanmay, thanks, Sharanya, for your time.
Oh, no, no. Sir, we have a question.
Yeah.
IIFT Delhi versus SIBM for
Is a good
marketing.
question, Sharanya. Marketing.
I think IIFT Delhi. Um, I mean, see, I have seen people from SIBM Pune in my internship duration also, and I think IIFT Delhi has marketing profs. I mean, professors also are better here. Also, the competitions that open up for IIFT Delhi in marketing domain specifically might not even open for SIBM Pune or SCMHRD for that matter. So we have an edge in competitions. We have an edge in academics. Also, the kind of efforts we put in for our marketing courses, the number of courses, the kind of courses that we have are not present in SIBM. So I think go for IIFT Delhi. I mean, even if you are just focused in marketing and this is a trade college, you should come to IIFT Delhi. There are companies that just open for say HR for SIBM, but they open up for their marketing roles for IIFT. So you will have an advantage there also. And this I'm speaking about all major FMCG. I mean, FMCG mostly because marketing is very famous in all FMCG companies. So I think IIFT Delhi. Although SIBM Pune by no means is a bad college, it's a very good college. Offers a lot of different courses. They have HR, they also have ops, operations. We also have, but it doesn't open every year because of the number of students interested. But they have like more courses, but we are definitely better in terms of the students, in terms of course, in terms of competitions that open up. And we have a history of outperforming other colleges in marketing competitions, be it a L'Oreal, be it a ITC or any other FMCG or a consumer brand that you can think of.
Yeah, Rishabh.
So just one last question, as ma'am was also talking about the batch size and you were also talking about batch size. So like if we talk about NMIMS, so it has a huge batch size. Like if I'm not wrong, please correct me if I'm wrong. It has like 600 plus of batch strength. So like I was having a conversation with friend also. So he was like कि ऊपर ऊपर वालों का तो हो जाता है बट फिर नीचे वालों को बहुत प्रॉब्लम आती है मतलब सो इज इट द केस प्रशांत सर प्लीज करेक्ट मी इफ आई एम रॉन्ग
Um, yes, Tanmay or Prashant sir can. Rishabh, can you please mute yourself? Yeah, I think both of my seniors can take this question up. For my opinion, I think this, I mean, I don't know how media puts up this information. There might be some sort of sensationalization to this news as well. That almost every other person who's putting something on media might say कि पीछे वालों का नहीं हो पाता है. But I think people try to, I mean, make the placements wholesome ऐसे तो. But I think Tanmay or Prashant sir can give you a better
So,
perspective.
NMA, to some extent, yes. But given कि उनके पास location advantage बहुत अच्छा है. Mumbai being a hub, so even KJS for that reason get a lot of finance companies. NMA भी they get a lot of companies. It's just about कि not all companies might necessarily take candidates, right? So they are on and off years, and मतलब हाँ 60-70% of the batch तो gets easily placed at a decent stipend and everything. Remaining 30% NM again because of the batch strength थोड़ा challenge तो आता है bro. मतलब we'll be honest about that. There are good years and then there are years like this one. So वहाँ पे challenge है.
इस ईयर तो आई थिंक एवरी
Every college.
ऑलमोस्ट एवरी कॉलेज इज फेसिंग सम
Bangalore has that
स्ट्रगल.
challenge. So
हाँ, तो ये साल को हम लोग मे बी वी कैन से दैट इट्स एन अनॉमली, तो वी नॉट कंसिडर दिस ईयर स्पेसिफिकली, बट हाँ IFTD admissions are initially फॉर सिलेक्शन तो सिर्फ कट ऑफ देखा जाता है, कट ऑफ सेक्शनल कट ऑफ, ओवरऑल कट ऑफ, एंड द फैक्ट दैट यू आर ए ग्रेजुएट, मतलब इंजीनियर हो या नहीं हो, गर्ल हो या नहीं हो, उसके बेसिस पे मार्क्स मिलते हैं. पोस्ट दैट वंस यू क्वालिफाई दैट क्राइटेरिया, फिर जो CV राउंड आता है उसके बाद से ऑल द थिंग्स आर प्रोफाइल बेस्ड, बट इनिशियली इट्स मार्क्स, सेक्शनल कट ऑफ, ओवरऑल एंड एजुकेशनल बैकग्राउंड, 10th 12th कैसा था और बीटेक आई मीन अंडर ग्रेड का क्या सीन था.
तो हाँ आपका प्रोफाइल का भी एक क्यूमुलेटिव स्कोर बनता है,
स्कोर
प्लस
होता है. हाँ,
कैट और बाकी चीजों का भी, सेक्शनल कट ऑफ का भी एक क्यूमुलेटिव स्कोर होता है. बेसिस दैट वेटेजेस माइट डिफर, बट बेसिस दैट यू गेट एन इंटरव्यू कॉल.
after you clear all the all the cutoffs in the first round, post that all the consecutive processes are based on profile. आपका CV फॉर्म एक होता है, उसके बाद एक्सटेम्परेरी राउंड है, फिर PI है, all of that is profile based.
ठीक है guys, any other questions?
I think not.
चलो ठीक है, then we'll drop off.
Yeah.
प्रशांत sir?
Yeah, okay. Thank you.
Okay.
Tanmay, thanks,
Thank
Sharma.
you everyone.
Thanks
Bye.
everyone. Bye.
Thank you, everyone.